Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Ibidunni Osho and I create lifestyle and content creation videos. In today's video, we're going to be talking about apartment hunting in Lagos. Most importantly, tips that I found useful while house hunting here in Lagos. So if this is your first time house hunting at all, like it was mine, or if you're searching for a new apartment and you need updated tips on how to make sure that you don't get duped or you get the type of house that you really would like, please do keep on watching. So guys, in this video I'm going to be giving you guys 5 major tips, but those 5 tips will also be broken down into sub tips because I want to make sure that I feed you guys everything that I found out while I was house hunting. But if you still have any personal questions that you'd like to ask me, I'm just a DM away on Instagram. Find me on Instagram at Ibidunni or Osho. And if you guys would like to get a backstory as to the stress that I went through while I was house hunting, I'll leave that link up here for you guys to watch because it was not easy, but I finally found a place and that's what I'm filming right now. Now, even before we go into the 5 major tips, the first thing you need to figure out is the medium through which you want to get the house. A is referrals, direct referrals for agents, from like between you and your friends, agents, and B is go on websites. Now both mediums work, all right, but the medium that I would prefer that you use, I would advise that you use, is actually referrals, because if somebody has gotten an apartment for me, there's a lesser chance of him scamming you compared to if you find him on a website. Even though this website do say that they are vetted, all right, I'm not trying to discredit the website, still it's always better to be safe than sorry. So if you'd like to go through an agent, that's great for you, but if you also like to go through websites, I'm going to give you guys 3 websites that I know of, and I'll also put their links in the description below. So the very first website is Property Pro NG, the next website is nigerianpropertycenter.com, the last website is privateproperty.com. Now let's go into the body of this video. So the very first tip is you need to figure out the type of apartment that you want. The 4 categories that I am aware of to the best of my knowledge is between a 1 to 3 to 5 to 6 bedroom flat, or a mini flat, or a self-contained, or a shared apartment. Now the next thing is to know into which category the house that you want falls. By category I mean, is this serviced, is this self-serviced, or is it partially serviced? Self-serviced is you buy your light by yourself, you pump your water by yourself, you clean your compound by yourself, nobody does anything for you. The only thing is you've paid your house rent and that's on period, okay? Second option is fully serviced, meaning they are providing water, they're providing lights, they're providing security, they're cleaning the compound, you're paying them a stipulated amount either for the whole year at once or like quarterly, or you can split it like into 2 installmental payments for the whole year. So for fully serviced, you don't have to worry about anything. All you have to do is get out, come in, go out, and your house is fully taken care of and cleaned on your behalf. And the basic things like water and electricity and security that you need will be fully provided. Now semi-serviced is, oh, we have cleaners that clean the compound, all right, we have tankers that bring water regularly, okay, but you have to buy your electricity by yourself, and you don't buy it from the estate, you know, you have to buy it directly from IKEDC or the one on the island by yourself. That's power supply agency in, you know, on the island by yourself. Or oh, we're providing you electricity, we're providing you cleaner, do the rest by yourself. The rest meaning, oh yeah, cleaner is gone, electricity is gone, you're buying your water by yourself, yeah, there's no security man. Do you get, like, you have to figure it out. By figuring it out, I mean ask, okay? If you don't know what it is, in fact, if you want to be very, you know, careful, extra careful, actually ask the agent. It's very important that you ask the agent, is this house fully serviced, semi-serviced, not serviced at all, meaning self serviced. So the next tip I have for you is the proximity to your steady commitment or the location in which you want your house. So for example, if your steady commitments are, oh, you have a 9 to 5 that you have to go to every day, you always have to attend church on Wednesdays, Tuesdays and Sundays, or you like going to the mall to shop instead of the market, or you prefer going to the market to shop instead of the mall, those things you have to sort of keep them in mind. Nearest hospital, nearest police station, things like that. If they're very particular to you, you have to make sure that you look out for those things while you are house hunting. So tip number 4 is the cost of what you want, or how much you are willing to spend on what you want. This is usually, let me not lie to you, okay, this usually tends to increase or decrease depending on the kind of agent that God blesses you with. Also, the amount that you're willing to pay usually affects the location. All right, so if you initially wanted to get somewhere, oh, really close to work or really close to church, by the time you get there, the money that you have may not be enough, okay, or the money that you have may be so much that you have enough to save. But most times, let's not lie, let's not lie to ourselves, most times the money is usually more. Those agents, let me let you, let me do prelude, I'll be breaking transmission, guys. Those agents, is like when they were training them, okay, on how to be agents, they used to tell them, when your client tells you that, oh, I want something between 1 to 2 million, no, you must carry them to one that's 3.5 million. Like, you don't even want to know how pissed off I was when I was house hunting, because like I'd literally tell this agent, please, this is my budget, okay, my budget is 5 million. They will still come and give me something that's 7 million. It's like, anyways, so the cost of what you want is also what people usually call your ideal budget. So there's budget for the house rent, and then there's the full budget that has your agency, your legal fee, your caution fee, or service charge. So normally if you say, okay, how much can I afford to pay every year after I settle all the first initial bills? Okay, what I can pay every year is 1 million, right? If what you can pay every year is 1 million, then your ideal budget, and no, guys, don't say because I said so amount you have to go for so amount. If what you're looking to pay every year is 1 million, then your agency fee should be either 5 or 10%. Your legal fee should be either 5 or 10%. Sometimes some people collect caution fees, some people don't. And of course, if you're looking for a service apartment, then you also have to put in cost for, you know, service charge. If it's a self-service, then you know, okay, you don't have to worry about service charge. And if it is semi-service, then you have to like pay for whatever services, you know, are being rendered to you in that apartment. Now, another extra fee that I think, or I suggest, or I advise that you add to whatever your budget is money for transportation, okay? Even if you have a car, budget for fuel. Guys, it will shock you the way some agents can be so annoying. I remember when I was house hunting, yeah, there was this agent, because where he was taking me to was like really close to my office, so I decided to buy kits instead of taking, and I think that day like there was traffic, so I was like, instead of wasting money on cab, let me just fly a bike there. Let me even see if I can always fly back to work and back every day, right? And I get there, and then the agent is like, so we're done checking the first house, and it's like, the second house I should do Uber. I'm like, huh? The second house is just a few houses away. I should do Uber. Okay, yes, it was in the next street, but still, I should do Uber because of why? I will do Uber because of you. When me, I want to fly by you, you want me to be doing Uber for you. Do you understand? So if you are very particular about, oh, I want to Uber throughout, or I want to drive to the locations throughout, so make like the extra budget for your fuel or for your Uber, or if you want to charter bike there, save the extra money for your bike. Now, the 5th tip is the longest with the sub tips, and that is ask all the necessary questions. Okay, now these necessary questions, I'm going to give you suggestions of the kind of questions I think should definitely be asked because of some of the things that I went through and some of the things that I saw, and even like some of my friends that were house hunting around the same time as me saw. That's actually how I came up with these questions. So I have them on my laptop here, and I'm going to read them out for you. Now, the first question is, what is the light situation in this place? Okay, ask the agent. It's either prepaid or postpaid? Prepaid is that meter thing that they do for you where you just pay as you go, right? I have 10k to pay for electricity. I pay my 10k and I use it till it finishes. Once it's done, I'll refill it again by myself and, you know, get light again. Postpaid is all the light that you use throughout the month, right? NEPA, they're gonna be the one to PHCN, they're gonna be the one to calculate it for you and come and tell you, oh, you have spent 5 million no in 5 months, so bring your money. What I would advise is for you to be particular about getting a house that is prepaid. Guys, prepaid is the way, okay? There's nobody that I know that is using postpaid and is happy, that has peace of mind. I've not heard it in this Lagos. The next tip, yeah, then also guys, ask to see the light workings of the house. It may seem intrusive, it may seem like you're asking too many questions, but ask to see the light workings. What I mean by light workings is the light situation. How is it arranged? Is it just much together somewhere in the compound? Even the one in your flat, is it neatly done to avoid fire incidents? I'm saying this because my apartment, right, like a month or two after I moved in, we had a fire incident in our gateman's, like really close to our gateman's house. Like the thing just caught fire because the system that they had there was a mess. Now I did not ask questions. If I had asked, I probably would have asked one. Yes, then the light situation thing too is also dependent on, like, the very important thing you should ask is, how frequently do you guys have lights here? Ask the agent, let him lie to you, then go and ask another somebody that is living around. Okay, so ask the agent, people say, the light is very good. The light is very good. It's a lie. If you see generators, the light is bad. Okay, the light may not be bad, but if you see like 10 generators in a house that has like 7 people, the light is bad. Okay, but also ask to see like the workings, not in a rude way, of course. You're just curious, you know, you want to ask, you want to see, to make sure. When our gateman, you know, when our light situation happened, we had to pay money, and he paid me because I was not even at home. I was at work. They just come and say I was caught fire. I'm like, caught fire again. I had to pay money. It wasn't funny, okay? It wasn't funny. So this next question is dependent on if your house is serviced or semi-serviced. If they say it's fully serviced, ask them, what does it cover? Literally tell the agent to spell it out. Light, water, and preferably in a chat, not on the phone, not physically, okay? Because these people, they can like to lie. I'm not saying all agents are fraudulent, but some of them can like to just say things that you want to hear so that you can just collect the house. You not collect the house finish, you not find out that it's a mess. Okay, make sure to ask if it's service, what does it come with, what are the services that I'm getting. If it's semi-service, what am I getting with the service? Okay, yes, you should also ask if you can't split the payment. Sometimes you're ready for like the full payment and all the other things, but you're not ready for like to pay your full service apartment for the whole year, right? You have the option, you usually should have the option of paying like 6 months or even 3 months if your landlord or your agent is, you know, convincing enough to the landlord. But you can also ask if your money can be split instead of you having to pay all at once, because let's not lie, anything can happen and you may need to move out of the house, right? It is usually very hard for the agent or the landlord to return your money. In fact, the landlord, it's usually very hard for the landlord to return your money. So I personally advise pay in 3 months or 6 months at once. The third question to ask is, what is the security situation like? Do you have a gate man in front of your own house? Are you staying in a gated estate? Is there a police station around? Those questions, those security questions are very important because, for example, my apartment, I saw a gate man. I thought, oh, gate man was for everybody. It was a few months, you know, living in here and talking to the gate man. I think I was asking him a question and I was like, oh, I don't work for your flat. I'm like, sorry. I did not know of our flat. I thought you were a general gate man for everybody. But because he's a kind person, you know, he watches over the whole compound at the end of the day. Question 4 is the water situation. For example, I'm based on the island and everybody knows, if you don't know now, you are about to know, water situation on the island is TRASH, okay? Trash in the sense that in fact the water that comes naturally on the island is dirty, okay? If you get an apartment and you check the water and the water is clean, meaning that the water is being treated, okay? So the questions you need to ask regarding water is, do you buy water or do you pump water? Like, does the water flow every day? If the water flows every day, usually that means it's being treated, and that usually means higher service charge cost because it's chemical that they use to treat the water. And usually, let me know, I'm not advised that you use that water to cook. It's just going to be for bathing. So it's a win. It also depends, you know, the kind of place you're getting your apartment in. If it's in a completely bougie place, then the water should be properly treated, which means that your rent or your service charge will be properly high. If you get what I mean. Now, if you're renting in a place where they have to buy water from water tankers, the important question is, how frequently do we buy water? How do we share the water? Okay, if you buy every 5 weeks, you buy every 6 weeks, you buy every 7 weeks, meaning you need to get a drum or 2 drums or 5 drums, so that once you guys pump water, you fill your drum. Oh, one very important question, even though this question will seem very nosy to your agent: do they have a drum? Guys, I am not kidding you. Okay, moving into this my apartment, I'm finding out that this flat don't have a drum to their save. So apparently the flat was sharing a drum with like the next flat, and then the people in the next flat needed to move, and kasala bust. By we I mean those of us that are living here now had to be the ones to donate money and buy drum. God knows, when I'm living here, I'm collecting the money for my drum and nobody's telling me anything, because I know that's right, I pay for the drum. Well, yes, we're gonna cut the drum. It's not that serious, but you guys get the point. So you may want to ask, do you people have a drum to your flat? Do you people have a drum to your building, to avoid stories that guinea, stories that touch? Next question is, what is the cellular network like? In fact, I advise that you just try. If you're going there and you know you're going there, like you're going to check the house that day, if you have a modem, carry it. If you have a Wi-Fi, carry it. Any network provider that you have, carry it, because you can get to an apartment and your cellular data may work. If you're using IPNX or SpectraNet or any of those things, you could get to the house and it would not work. Okay, for example, I had a SpectraNet, and then of course I had like my SIM. Guys, should I bust your head? My SpectraNet is red here. I was using Glow Z. Guys, when I say Z, like ZZ last alphabet, I had to go and port from Glow to MTN. All right guys, so the next question is, what is the noise pollution like? That one, I advise that you look around by yourself. Don't even ask the agent, because usually the agents, what they will try to do, except the ones that have the fear of God, let's not lie, okay, what they typically will try to do is, once they see that you have the money and you're ready, they would say almost everything you need to hear. So your best bet for the air pollution situation is go around, look around. Is the generator behind your room? Is there a factory in the next building that is going to be exuding fume, that is going to be a bit soot, that is going to be disturbing your room? All those things, pay attention to it. Except you're not a finicky person, but I am, okay, and I'm not about to be smelling another person's generator fume. It's not possible, okay? So these 2 Jara questions, okay, they can be called petty, but me, I do not care. I ask question because I want to be making sure that I'm renting a house that I'll actually like. Next question is, does the landlord live near or in the building or in the flat or in the compound? Necessary questions, especially if you're the kind of person that, you're always working, you're always going out, coming in, going out, coming in. You don't want a situation where your landlord will not start complaining, you move around at 2 a.m, you're disturbing our peace in the house, can you go and complaining there? Just ask, does the landlord live near? And if you're lucky and you find a kind landlord, very nice, patient landlord, good for you. Otherwise, just make sure you find out. Now the last question is there a curfew? For example, there's some estates that have a curfew. When it's 12, they lock gate A. You're not having to pass gate Z. That's probably like at the end of the street in like 5,000 miles away. So your best bet is to ask before you pay or before you move it. Is there a curfew? So I'm very sure that I remember my house hunting experience like it was yesterday, because guys, it was literally yesterday, okay, and it was very stressful, but I have a feeling that I'm going to do it again very soon, and I am dreading it. But I'm not really dreading it because I've been through it, so I sort of know what to ask. I'm dreading it because agents will forever be agents. Kafanchan, Lagos, Abidjan, anywhere, they're gonna be the same, and it can be very annoying and frustrating. But if you're new to house hunting and you found any of these tips insightful, please let me know the one that you found most useful in the comments. And if you're already a pro, you have house hunted like 4 times, 5 times, and you don't know this thing, and you think there was a tip I missed or 2, please let us know these tips in the comments below. If you're new to this channel and you found this video useful, please don't forget to smash the like button. If you're old, of course, smash the like button, and don't forget to smash that subscribe button before you leave. I'm not leaving yet because I'm leaving you in the hand of my other videos for you people to watch and enjoy. And until I see you guys in my next video, remember to be good and be kind. Bye guys.